everyone, welcome back to my channel. So since I did my last video, I've had some people ask me about why I decided to continue, or I guess why I decided to start in general pumping. So in my last video, I had mentioned that when we took our trip, one of the difficult things for me was to pump while I was there. It was kind of an emotional thing, but I was pretty committed to doing that. So I wanted to just touch base and kind of talk about my thought process about why I wanted to pump my breast milk. After Atlas was born and after he had passed, there was nurses who came and talked to me about how to stop milk production. They gave me a handout that had a list of things that you could do, different things you could take about, like bonding your breasts and things like that. And it was all very overwhelming for me just because I hadn't even thought of that as something that I would have to deal with or take care of and stop. So while I was there, I thought about it a little bit and I thought, okay, yeah, definitely I'm going to, band my breasts and do all these things. And one of the suggestions is put cabbage leaves in your bra and it will stop production. I don't know the science behind that or anything, but I thought for sure I was going to do that. I did not want anything reminding me of the trauma that I had just went through. So after we had gotten home, I think that this was maybe, because it didn't happen the first night, it probably happened the second night that we were home. I woke up and my breasts were just like super hard. They were painful. I just remember like waking up just bawling and crying, not because they were in that much pain, but just because my heart hurt so much that this food I was producing for Atlas, he wasn't going to be able to have it. And my body didn't know that. My head and my heart knew that, and my body just, it has no way of knowing. It's prepared for this baby that you have been carrying for all this time. And once you have the baby, your body, says, okay, well, it's time to start producing food for them. So it was really emotional. And I remember telling Josh, like, I have to do something. I have to get rid of this. I have to stop this. Like, it's too much. It's too hard. And then after I had really thought about it, come morning, I guess it was maybe only a couple hours later, it was a hard decision to make. I sat there, and as I was getting teary-eyed, I just thought, you know what? I need to pump. I need to pump, and I need to freeze this milk. I know that there are women out there who have a hard time producing milk, and I know that's a reality. During my whole pregnancy, I was worried that I was going to be one of those moms who wouldn't be able to produce enough, or wouldn't produce at all, or would have problems and things like that. I had so many worries. And so I just thought to myself, if I have this and it was supposed to be for Atlas and he can't have it, another baby should be able to benefit from him. It's something that unknowingly he is able to provide for another child or several. As I had made that decision, I was crying. I was really upset that this was even my reality, and I was even making a choice like this to give Atlas's food away. And I had a couple of friends ask, well, why don't you sell it? And it just did not feel right. It didn't feel... I'm recording, Josh. It's like going right now. So I'm gonna have to edit this part out.
Oh, you should edit this part out too. Bye.
Bye. So I had friends ask why I wasn't going to sell it, or they said, well, why don't you just sell the milk? It'll give you some income while you're not working or whatever. And I just did not feel right about that. I did not want to profit off of my situation, and not that people who do decide to sell their breast milk do it for profit. I know that some people are in a situation where they do need the income, and pumping does take time, and it does take, you know, commitment to a schedule and things like that. But for me, we didn't need the money, so it wasn't really an option for me as far as selling it. I really wanted to donate it to someone in need. So I was pumping probably about 4 times a day, and then, you know, I was kind of like backing off from that. I was doing 3 times a day, morning, lunchtime, and dinner time. And then we would be out going to do things, and so I couldn't always do it around lunchtime, so I was doing it morning and night. And then eventually I was just doing it in the mornings, and by that time it was starting to slow down enough to where I wasn't really getting a whole lot. So I was doing it every other day, and then I just wasn't really getting enough to continue. I was getting maybe 1 or 2 ounces every time I would pump. So I kind of led off of that, and I haven't done it for maybe a couple of weeks now. So I did it pretty solidly for a good month, and I do still have it in my freezer. I need to post it and, you know, see if there's someone locally who needs it. I know I'm part of a couple of different groups on Facebook for breast milk, and I know that there's a local group I'm a part of, so I'll probably end up going that route. But not saying that anybody's decision on whether they decide to stop their production or continue with it is the right choice. I mean, everybody is different, so whatever choice they make is the right choice for them. I know some people it's probably too hard. It was really hard. It was a hard choice to make. It was really emotionally taxing, just knowing that it was supposed to be for him. But I found comfort in knowing that I'm going to be helping someone else, and I'm going to be helping another baby, and I'm going to be providing some form of relief, even if it's just, you know, a small amount that I was able to provide. It just brings me a little bit of comfort knowing that Atlas was able to help someone, even though he was here for just a short time. So yeah, feel free to leave comments, leave your opinions, whatever. I love reading everything that people have to say. I like hearing other people's experiences, and again, like what has helped them. But so if you have any questions, then also post them, and I'm always willing to answer. Other than that, just remember to subscribe and hit like, and I'll talk to you on my next one. Bye.